Brazil holds 5 World Cup titles, the most in history. But the 2026 bracket puts that record against a specific tactical structure designed to neutralize high-possession teams. Their opponent is Japan. This is a team that has spent the last 4 years optimizing the specific art of dismantling footballing giants. We saw the results in Qatar. Japan surrendered the ball, absorbed pressure, and systematically picked off both Germany and Spain to win their group. And that system is still evolving. In March 2026, Japan walked into Wembley Stadium and handed England a 1-0 defeat. This round of 32 match creates a strict contrast. It is Brazil's massive volume of creative pressure versus Japan's high-speed transitional efficiency. When an elite attack meets a specialized defensive block, traditional models lose their accuracy. You cannot simply look at the roster value or historical win rates. To find the edge in this matchup, we have to look past the individual talent and analyze exactly how these two systems interact on the pitch. Carlo Ancelotti has configured this Brazil side to dominate the ball. The system relies on high possession and gives individual forwards the freedom to create off the dribble. Operating in a 4-3-3, the system is designed to maximize the output of a dynamic front line, featuring players like 19-year-old Endrick. That front line receives constant service from a midfield engine led by Bruno Guimaraes, which consistently generates high shot volumes. But creating that level of pressure requires a trade-off. Notice how the fullbacks, Danilo and Alexandro, push high up the wings to support the attack. This creates exploitable space right here, behind the wingbacks, the moment Brazil loses possession in the final third. Ancelotti's strategy accepts this defensive exposure as a calculated cost. He is betting that his attack can outproduce whatever chances they concede on the counter. Hajime Moriyasu takes the opposite approach. His system is built on rigid structural discipline rather than ball control. Against top-tier teams, Japan intentionally concedes the ball. In their wins against Spain and Germany, they averaged just 18% possession. They achieve this by dropping into a dense, low block, packing the middle of the pitch to suffocate passing lanes. The goal is to bait the opponent into overcommitting. The moment possession is won, Japan triggers a high-speed transition. Kaoru Mitola is the primary outlet for these moves, using his carrying speed to exploit the space behind the opponent's defense. On the opposite flank, Takefusa Kubo provides a balanced secondary outlet to ensure the counterattack stretches the field. This strategy leaves very little margin for error. If Japan concedes a goal early, they are forced to abandon the low block to chase the game. But as long as the match is tied, Japan's plan relies on weaponizing the opponent's possession, turning defensive pressure into a lethal strike. Historically, Brazil has dominated this matchup with 5 wins in 7 meetings. While that data favors Brazil, much of it is obsolete. The current versions of these teams play a very different tactical game. Japan's lone victory over Brazil occurred recently in 2022, showing their current low block system is capable of disrupting South American flair on the counter. The outcome likely comes down to one one-on-one clash, Vinicius Jr. working on Brazil's left wing. As this heat map shows, Brazil relies on Vini to isolate defenders in this specific zone to create high-leverage scoring chances. However, if Japan strips him of the ball, they have an unobstructed runway to attack the space Danilo left behind. This is where the match is decided. Either Vinicius breaks the shell, or Japan uses his positioning to bypass the entire Brazilian midfield.
Because of these two systems, the probability of a win shifts based on the match clock. If Brazil scores in the first 20 minutes, Japan's system breaks, forcing them to push forward, playing into Brazil's hands. But if halftime reaches 0-0, probability shifts toward Japan. As Brazil pushes players forward out of frustration, counter-attacking lanes widen. Given Japan's defensive discipline, they are likely to absorb the initial wave and could strike first on a transition. If Brazil goes down, Ancelotti will have to use his bench. Fresh attackers like Gabriel Martinelli can be deployed to run at a tiring Japanese defense. We expect a 2-1 victory for Brazil, though it likely requires those late attacking substitutions to finally overwhelm a fatiguing defense. While Brazil's volume of elite talent often provides a late-game advantage, the geometric efficiency of Japan's block indicates a match decided by extremely thin margins for both bettors and fans. These are two completely opposed tactical philosophies colliding on the world stage. Does Brazil's sheer attacking volume override Japan's counterattacking efficiency? Let us know your exact score prediction in the comments below.